Hi friends, welcome back to my session. And before of this session, we had discussed about the RDS service, and we had completed all the topics in the RDS. So everything we had done in theoretical session as well as in practical session. So right now we are going to discuss in the one more topic that is called the DynamoDB. So here in this session, we will let know what is DynamoDB, where we are going to use. So everything we are going to discuss in the current session here. In RDS, up to now, what we had seen, we had discussed about the SQL database engines. In RDS, it only provides the SQL database engines only up to now. And right now, if I want to discuss about the NoSQL database engines, so AWS will provide the Amazon DynamoDB. It is a fully managed, serverless, key value NoSQL database engine designed to run the high performance applications at any scale. Means in this DynamoDB, it has no SQL. Means in SQL, we have the queries. So based on the queries, the tables will be created and the tables will be deleted. Everything will be done with the help of the queries in the sequential database. But coming to DynamoDB, it is no SQL kind of database, and it is fully managed and serverless, and it is designed to run the high performance applications. Means whenever the application is required the high performance, and it will provide the same performance at any scale, and it requires no SQL database, then at the time we are going to use the Amazon DynamoDB. And Amazon DynamoDB offers the built-in security and continuous backups, automated multi-region replication, in-memory caching, and data import and export tools. Okay, means here it will provide the high availability, replication, backups. What is the purpose of in-memory caching? So if somebody is continuously accessing the same frequently accessing some kind of data, instead of reaching the server, what it will do, it will store somewhere. Whatever the data which is frequently accessing, it will store somewhere. Whenever another request comes to for accessing those page, without going to the server, it will automatically display that page, because of it already has the information with them. So in the cache, just like in RAM, everything will be stored as in cache because of it is frequent operations, but it's temporary, it's not permanent. When compared to RAM, is hard disk fast or RAM is fast? Always the RAM is fast. So like that. And DynamoDB, read and write operations are decoupled, and read load will not impact the write operations and vice versa. Here decoupled means it is not dependent on each other. The read operation is different and the write operation is different. If I have the 100 read operations, it will not impact the write operations. At the same time, if I have huge amount of write operations, it will not impact the read. Like that. Okay. For our sake of information, I will do one thing. I'm quickly jump into the practical session. So I will show to you how we are going to create the DynamoDB. Everything for your lab purpose. What I will do, I'm going to create one table, that is my first DynamoDB, and I'm going to create some sample data in that table, and I'm going to take the how to create the manual backup, how we are going to recover those items which have been deleted. Everything I will show to you in the practical session. Okay, without wasting the time, just we can quickly jump into the practical session. Okay, fine. Just sign into the console. Yes, I'm going to sign into the AWS console. Just go to the email search bar, just type DynamoDB. So this is the DB managed NoSQL engine, means it is a NoSQL database. Okay, here do you have any, just go to the dashboard. Right now I am in the dashboard. Do I have any tables? No. In RDS we are going to create the database instances, but in the DynamoDB, what I will do, I am going to create the tables. In tables, I am going to create the data. That is nothing but columns or whatever the data which I have. what I want to create, I'm going to create in the table. Unlike the SQL database engines, it doesn't have the table, big database, multiple tables. It is only have the one table. In that table, I'm going to put all of my data. Okay, just click on create table. The table name is the table one, like that. The table name is table one. The first partition key. Here I can put as a name. It will be string only. Okay, and table settings. If I go with the default settings, these things I will get. The table class is DynamoDB standard, and the capacity mode is provision, and the provision read capacity is 5 RCU, and provision write capacity is 5 WCU. Auto scaling on, and local secondary indexes no, global secondary indexes yes, encryption key management owned by Amazon DynamoDB, deletion protection off, resource based policy not active. If I select the default settings, what happens if I select the customized settings? Just click on the same. Right now I'm going to use the, suppose if you want to use the default settings, you can use that. Otherwise, if you want to select the customized settings, then just click on it. Then you will have the option to select which option you want as per your requirement. You can select those things. Right now I'm going to select the DynamoDB standard. Why it is recommended? What is the main difference between the DynamoDB standard and DynamoDB standard IA? The default general purpose data table recommended for the vast majority of the tables that store frequently accessed data. For suppose if it is frequently accessed data, it will use the DynamoDB standard. Suppose if it is infrequent access of data, then I am going to use the DynamoDB standard IA. Okay, capacity calculator. Here average item one in KBs. So everything is default only. Leave as usual. Okay, and read write capacity settings. Here, what is the difference between the provision and on demand? Provision is nothing but it's a pre-allocated. On demand is nothing but whenever it is required, it will take. Otherwise, it will be normal. Like prepaid, postpaid. Suppose if prepaid, if I want to use on demand, prepaid is nothing but the on demand. If I want 10 rupees of recharge, I can do the 10 rupees of recharge. If I want 100 rupees of recharge, I will do 100 rupees of recharge. Suppose if it is provision, means if I had take the monthly plan of 199, even though I didn't use the service, I need to pay like this provision. Okay, here read capacity. Minimum capacity is 1 and maximum capacity is 10. And write capacity. Minimum capacity is 1 and maximum capacity is 10. And target utilization, whenever it reaches the 70%, automatically it will be 1. Suppose if 2 capacity units, the target utilization has been increased by 70%, then the third capacity will be created. Okay, and encryption, that is owned by the Amazon DynamoDB. Leave the default. And if I turn on this deletion protection, what happened? You know, as we already discussed in the previous sessions, if I click here, if I check here, what happened? If I want to delete this table, I can't be able. I need to modify the settings, then only I will be able to delete. Okay, and just click on create table. The table will be created. It will not take that much time as RDS instances. We had seen while creating of RDS database instances, it is taking some particular amount of time to set everything, but it will not behave like that. It will be creating immediately. It will not take that much time. Okay, had to check, it will comes into the active state. Okay, I just want to check the in table 1. I just want to check the data. Here is there any data? No. Suppose if you want to check the backups, here is there any backup? Here the status is off. The point in time recovery is off condition. If I want to enable it, just go to the 18 settings, just turn on point in time recovery. Just click on save changes. Then the point in time recovery is in on state right now. Okay, fine. overview, just go to the overview. The point and time breaker is enabled, and if I want to get the additional info, just have a look on it. Okay, everything we can able to see from the overview tab. Okay, if I want to create any data, just explore table items. Okay, just click on create item. Name one, as usual it is string create. And if I want to create one more thing, name two, create item. Okay, if I want to create one more item, that is name three. But in addition to this, I just want to add another attribute. That will be a number. Okay, any number. Okay, any number 100. Okay, create attribute name, size 100. Create. Just I'm going to create one more item, that is name 4. Is nothing but what I had done right now. I'm going to create the columns. Name 4. Right now what I had done, I had created, I'm going to create one more thing, that is name 5. So I had created the 5 columns. Okay, view table details. Here if you want to see the tables, explore table details. Here you can find the 5 columns. Okay, the name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4, name 5. These are the 5 columns which I had entered into the table 1. Okay, and one more thing, just you need to observe, just if you open the thing, just go to the backups. Here the point in time recovery is on, and if I want to create the backups, just create the backup. If you want to create on demand backup, means if I want to create the backup now, I'm going to create on demand backup right now. The table 1 source name is table 1, and by using the default settings or customized settings, as I'm using right now, I am using the default settings. Earlier I had used the customized settings now, so that's why right now I'm going to use the default settings. Okay, the create backup, and the tags are always optional. If you want to put the tags, you can, otherwise you can ignore. Automatically one backup will be initiated, and this is the manual way of creating the backup. Okay, right now the backup is in the process. It will soon, it will be generated. Okay, just refresh the same, and here if you go to the backups, go to the dashboard and go to the backups. No backups is initiated, so you will get the backup once it has done. Okay, and what you will do, right now the time is 19. Right now the time is 19. What I will do, right now in this we have the 5 entries. Okay, I'm going to delete the last 3. Name 5, name 4, name 3. I'm going to delete items. Yes. Suppose if I want to recover the same, how I will do? Right now the time is 19. I accidentally deleted. Suppose if I will be able to recover it 11:09. It's not 19, it's 11:09. Okay. For example, I'm saying if I want to take the accurate time, the time will be 11:09. Okay. Go to DynamoDB. Go to tables. Okay, just click on it. Action. Here is there any other thing to get his? Here is there any option available to restore the table from the point in time recovery? No. Then go inside of the table. Just go to the backups. Restore. Restore option is there, and the table name is PITR underscore TABLE table. Okay, the specified date and time, and the time is 20. I will tell the date. So 1 2024 month date 2024 month 0501. Okay, ours is 11/23/08/00. Restore the entire table. Same region, yes, same region. Owned by, the encryption owned by Amazon DynamoDB. Just restore the same. So if I restore the table by using the PITR recovery, what will happen? Whatever the data which I had deleted, those data I will be able to recover with the help of PITR. Let's see, is that will happen or not? Just go to dashboard and just check and refresh the same. Then automatically the PITR table will be restoring. It will take some time to get it restored. So once it has done, what I will do, I just log in into this PITR table and I will check whether all the data has been recovered or not. 100% the data will be recovered because of I had deleted the items which is in table 1 at the time 2310 or 23:9. I had created the PITR recovery at in time of 23:8. So means before deleting of the data items from the table 1, I had created the PITR. So that's why I will be able to restore all the things which I had deleted on the 11/9. Okay, let us see what will happen. Still it is restoring. We need to wait until it has been active. Otherwise we can't be able to check whether it has been restored or not. It is still in restoring mode only. In the meanwhile, what we will do, we are going to the one more topic that is called Redshift. What is Redshift? As we discussed in the starting of the classes, that is starting of RDS classes, what we had discussed, we have the two types of database available. One is OLTP and the second one is OLAP. OLTP is nothing but online transactional processing, where the OLTP has been used in majority of applications. But coming to the OLAP, online analytical processing, which is used to make the data analysis. So Redshift is a type of OLAP database where we are going to use in data warehousing tool. So what is the purpose of data warehousing? Redshift, by using the Redshift, we are going to analyze the large amount of data. Suppose if I want to analyze the large amount of data, at the time what I will do with the help of the Redshift, all the data will be loaded, and based on the data I will make some certain queries and I will be able to perform the operations. Majority of the operations which we perform on the Redshift is the read operations, because of here the Redshift is not suitable for the general applications as a writer instance. So generally the Redshift, the purpose of Redshift is to make that data analysis. So if I have the large amount of data generally used in the artificial intelligence and databases, big databases like how data warehouses, where the large amount of data will be there. We are going to analysis on the we are going to analysis the data, like by using the tool Redshift we can be able to analysis the data. And Redshift supports for maximum parallel query execution. And one more thing, the Redshift is a kind of cluster which contains single leader node and multiple worker nodes. Means the single leader node will not be able to do the all the analysis. What it will do, once I had created the Redshift, what the Redshift will do, it is going to create one cluster. In that cluster we have the leader node as well as worker node. The leader node, what the leader node will do, it will allocate the queries to the worker nodes. Suppose if I have 100 queries, if those 100 queries is allocated to the leader node, what the leader node will do, it will distribute the load among the worker nodes. What the worker nodes will do, worker nodes will run those queries against the data and share the result with the leader node. The purpose of worker node is not what? It listens to the worker node and share the results to the leader node. That is the job of the worker node. How it will be done? And one more thing is, DynamoDB is free. Yes, but it is up to limited. Just refresh the same and check. Yes, the PIR table is in active. Just open the PIR table and explore table. Yes, are you able to see all those 5 names? Yes. In this way, we can be able to retrieve the tables which has been deleted by using the option PIR recovery. Okay. And if you want to enable anything, just go to backups. Here it is an off state. You can enable the PIR again, and backups. If you either you can create a manual backup or either you can schedule backup. So based on your requirement. This is all about the DynamoDB. And here what I will do, aws.amazon.com/free. So here in the search bar, if I type DynamoDB, yes, the DynamoDB is free up to 25 GB and it is a serverless, NoSQL, fully managed database with single-digit millisecond performance at any scale. Okay, it supports up to 25 provision write capacity, that is WCF write capacity units, and 25 provision read capacity units. What is WCF write capacity units? What is RCU read capacity units? And enough to handle 200 million requests per month. Okay, this is all about the DynamoDB. And if you want to check up right now, I am done with this DynamoDB, so that's why I am going to delete. Okay, delete all CloudWatch alarms from PIR table. Means, so whenever I had set some pre-provision, means auto scaling on, then automatically the CloudWatch alarm will be created. So that's why I am going to delete all the CloudWatch alarms which is related to this table. Just type confirm, then I will be able to delete. Fine, and the table 1 will be deleted. Okay, yes, confirm, delete. Okay, and just go for the Redshift. Here Amazon Redshift, fast, simple, cost-effective data warehousing. So where we are going to use the Redshift? In data warehousing. Is it suitable for the normal applications? No. Is Redshift, majority of the Redshift works on the read operations. It almost didn't have the write operations. Okay. Just try Redshift serverless free trial. Just go there and use the default settings. Okay, use default settings or customized settings. It's your wish. I am going to use the customized settings right now. Suppose if you use the default settings, you don't know which option has been selected. So use the customized settings. The namespace is default -namespace. This is unique that defines the namespace. Otherwise, my app hyphen name space concern. Okay, it would be unique, and the database name is dev, and customize admin credentials, and what the logs you want. Here I need to select the logs. So worker group name, I need to set the worker group, default worker group. Okay, base capacity is 120. Okay, RPU. Network security, I am going to select the default VPC, and if I want to create security group, I can. Okay, so in this way the Redshift will be created. So you didn't expect majority of the questions from the Redshift, as this is limited. It is used for the data warehousing tool only, but you just need to get the some idea regarding what is Redshift, where we are going to use. So other than that, you didn't expect any interview questions from this Redshift almost. So Redshift. Redshift serverless overview. If you just click on here, what it will show? Get insights from data in seconds without having to manage data warehousing infrastructure. So why Amazon Redshift serverless? Everything will be documented in the AWS. If you have any kind of queries, you can visit the AWS documentation. Here, pin to pin, everything will be mentioned here. So if you have any queries, you can just learn from here. Okay. And one more thing is Elastic Cache. Elastic Cache is AWS managed in-memory database engine which can improve the performance of the application and the database. Okay. Here, what is the purpose of in-memory caching? Means in-memory database means, suppose if I have the application, suppose for example, if you take the AWS, so there are majority of the users just type the aws.amazon.com. The default console page will be appeared to the users. It is a frequently accessed data. Suppose if I enter the aws.amazon.com, simply it will reflect the console page to me. Majority of the people are frequently access this console page. So that's why what happened, instead of reaching the server again and again for the console page, what will happen? It will save the console page in the in-memory database. So whenever there is a hitting for the AWS console, immediately by using the in-memory caching, means in-memory database, it will immediately within fraction of milliseconds it will reflect. It means it will revert to the user query. Means whenever I had typed aws.amazon.com, immediately the page will be displayed to me because of this in-memory database engine. It improves the performance of the application as well as the database. Elastic Cache, what Elastic Cache will do, will cache the frequently accessed data from the database, and it will provide the single digit millisecond latency. Okay. Elastic Cache provides two different in-memory database engines. The one is Redis and the second one is memory cached. And Elastic Cache is free tier eligible. Suppose if you want to check the same, here go to the AWS documentation. Just go to the free Elastic CACHE, Elastic Cache. Otherwise, you can select in memory. Okay. Amazon memory for Redis up to 750 hours. It is using T4 small instances. Redis compatible during in-memory database for ultra fast performance. So if I want to improve the performance of my application as well as of my database, then I am going to use this in-memory database, which will display the frequently accessing data. Means whatever the data which is accessing frequently, it will store in the in-memory. Whenever there is a new hitting comes to the server, then automatically it will revert to that request with the page which is available in that memory. So by that, it will improve the performance of the database instance as well as the performance of the application. Okay. This is all about DynamoDB, Redshift, and Elastic Cache. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. Thank you for joining the session. We will meet up in the next class with the new topic. Thank you guys. Bye bye.